If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program. And
was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
This is the Elias Macco Show on CJAD 800.
Long story short, we've got alien spacecraft and we've got the aliens. That's what we heard at Congress yesterday. Hearings on UFOs that were much anticipated happened, and we heard a lot of pretty incredible testimony under oath. Andrew Fazekas is an astronomy columnist with the National Geographic, and of course he's known online as the Night Sky Guy. So when we want to talk about if the truth is actually out there, we called up Andrew. Andrew, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Elias. Nice to see you.
Okay, so aliens exist. That's it. That's all. It's done. What's your take?
I'll see it when I believe it when I see it. That's what I say. I'm very skeptical.
Okay.
This is nice. I mean, it's interesting. I found it was really it was fun to watch. I watched the whole thing yesterday, but there was nothing in the end. There was still nothing. We were left with still reports. What these individuals had were reports of reports, right? Especially the main whistleblower. Uh-huh. So there's still a lot of questions, and he referred to his interview with News Nation a lot, constantly, especially when it was starting. We were wanting to dig into some of the details of supposed alien bodies and retrieval of spacecrafts, reversal engineering of things. But they were always referred, well, I can't say anything more. We'll have to go take it into a classified setting.
So, Andrew, I'm happy that you're approaching this with a decent dose of skepticism, because I'm one of those, I want to believe people, right? So, but we've all by now, and there's been a sort of a drip over the last few years. By now, we've seen those videos that did get released showing that like tic-tac shaped vessel that military craft encountered. What is, like, when you've seen that video, and you've got to approach it with that dose of skepticism that should come when we have stories like this, what are your thoughts with the stuff that we have seen over the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot coming out, definitely, and there's really interesting, intriguing videos. But I think not all the data, like the scientific data, the instrumental data that's attached to those images, the context of those images is what concerns me. And we constantly hear analysis from not necessarily experts, not from the scientists, physicists who, make their bread and butter understanding, the physics of the universe. I'd like to hear from them, and not from people who, are making all these conjectures about this and with minimal information. It's very tantalizing. It's very interesting. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of this. I would love to have evidence of aliens. But you're talking, and I don't want to talk out of my expertise zone, because I'm not proponing that I am an expert in this field. I'm just saying, like, I'm an avid sky watcher. I've been watching the skies for decades. I've spent countless of hours. I have a huge network of worldwide friends who are also sky watchers, very avid of watching the skies. But it always ends up being these grainy photos, on some strange radar systems that are picking up these things. And I'm not seeing concrete proof yet. And I'm open to it, but I have to see that to really say, yeah, there are aliens here, and there are other intelligent beings out there.
Andrew, to wrap up, Republicans and Democrats sort of came together. They're trying to get the military to sort of own up and say a little bit more and be less secretive. That was part of the reasons they forced this. Just from your perspective, I guess this is sort of like a grand question about the world. If we had the evidence, what do you think the reaction worldwide would be? Let's say we have that movie-esque scenario where the president says we have made contact. What do you think the reaction would be?
I think I think it would be fantastic. I think the idea of having other intelligent beings in the universe, that we're not alone, that's a deep question for humanity, isn't it? Something that we've had, it's an age-old question, and we'd love to see that come to bear here, that we can actually have contact with other aliens. And we're searching for it. But the fact is that we have experts, astronomers, scientists who are searching the universe for it. And it may very well be that we'll find, I'm sure we'll find life out there. And the question is there other intelligent life? And we need that concrete evidence for this. The hearings that we saw yesterday, I think it was more about having true transparency in the military and intelligence agencies. I think that's what the bipartisan effort yesterday we saw between Democrats and Republicans was really about, more than flying saucers and things like that.
Andrew, we have to leave it there. Thanks so much for coming on.
My pleasure. Clear skies.
The clear skies, Andrew. That's Andrew Fazekas, the night sky guy.